Hey guys, okay, so these are my sales from the 20th of March to today, which is the 2nd of April. Um, they may not run in order, as I'm pretty sure I didn't go 9 days without a sale. So for some reason, the tabs don't always open up in order. But yeah, I picked this up for £1.50 in my local charity shop. It was brand new and sealed. It did have a slight kind of like bend in the card. But yeah, it was only because it was brand new and sealed. It tends not to go for too much. But this was listed on the 29th, and it sold within about 15 minutes. So it made me wonder whether or not I'd actually priced it fairly, or at least high enough. But it seemed to. So I don't really know why it went quick. It seems to be the average price. But yeah, I was quite pleased with that one. This is a chronology board game, and I think that one was actually upside down, that picture, but never mind. It was fully complete, had all the cards and the instructions and stuff. Sold it for £9.95. This was a 9-pack of Halo Mega Blocks. These were blind packs, and they were opened, and I resealed them. They were all complete. I paid, I think it was 50p each for these. Sold them for £15. You can get a bit more if they were properly sealed, but because they were open, £15 was fine for me. This was a boot sale pickup. I picked it up at the last weekend's boot sale. It's a big track from 2010, which states there 2010, and it's a replica of the 1980s version. I paid £5. Try and get this picture open. I paid £5 for this. Did have a little mark, but all in all, it was actually really good, and it had the original manual as well, and it worked, which was cool. And I sold that for £25, which is pretty good considering they tend to go for £25 boxed. Obviously free shipping, but that went to GSP. So I've only paid like a few pounds. It's not that heavy really. So yeah, that's that one. And next up, we have Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Basically, you had the manual and all that stuff. It did have some damage in that. Yeah, so it was okay. You know, it was pretty good. I put in like the requirements and stuff, system requirements. Unfortunately, it went very cheap. I bought this for £1 in a job lot, and when I bought it, it was going for like 16 quid, but it wasn't selling, and I've had it months and months and months. So yeah, unfortunately, I only went for £6, sorry, but it's a sale. This one, Build-A-Bear Factory Wild About Spots. Usually you can get a bit more for it, but it had lingered for a long time, and I just wanted it out of the way, really. You can get normally about 15, 16, but I lowered it to a tenner, and it sold pretty quick. This one was pretty good. I think I paid like £1 for this 4-book set. And it's like The Hobbit and all the Lord of the Rings and all that stuff. And yeah, it had some slight marks. You know, I picked it up in a charity shop. That went for 10 quid. This one was quite a strange one. I picked this up in a charity shop last week. I didn't look inside. There was that schoolboy error. I should have actually checked, but there was only 32 soldiers in the bucket. If you got one with all of the soldiers and the 2 parachutists, you can get up to 30 quid for it. But unfortunately, there was only 32 characters, and I wrote a little story here. I thought it was a cold and bloody war. Our men fought bravely, but alas, only 32 returned home. Let's not let these brave soldiers sit in a bucket in my loft no longer. They yearn to be united with their fellow warriors once again. Maybe you can make that happen. Oh, and free postage. So if someone reads it, I thought they might take a bit of pity on me and spend 6 quid on. I actually paid like 50p for this, so spend 6 quid on an incomplete bucket of soldiers. This one, £6.50 for Peter Kay's Phoenix Nights Season 2. I paid £1.50, I believe. Another one of these beer pump clips, Old Golden Hen, £5.99, and also another one, £5.99, and they both went, or both are going to the same person because this was only ordered yesterday, and I tend not to send out Saturday, mainly because today I actually had some other things to do as well, so they'll go on Monday. This one, Everlast padded men's jacket, large, brand new with tags. This was part of the Newcastle United owners giveaway when Newcastle beat Arsenal, I think it was, or somebody. And he was giving away these jackets. You just had to pay postage, and they're worth 60 quid. But obviously the price has come down at the moment because the weather's changing a bit. But this was actually purchased from a fellow reseller, actually. Sorry, to a fellow reseller. I won't say who, I won't say the name, but he can post if he wants to. So that, yeah, that's heading his way. This was the complete Bewitched box set, which I got on Amazon for £4.40 when there was a pricing error. I did order 10 of them, but they only allowed me to have one, or they only honoured one. And I sold it for £22.99. And I accepted a little bit less on this because the person wanted to buy 2 items from me, and we did a deal in the end. And they bought this one for £22.99, and the same person purchased this Harry Potter Seen It from me for £32.99. So it is a little bit lesser amount than I was aiming for. I was aiming for about ideally 40, 45, but £32.99, and the same. That's going to the same person. The board game and the Bewitched box set. So that's pretty cool. This one wasn't too much money in this, £9.99. It's a Cropwell Bishop Creamery potted blue Stilton cheese with port storage jar. And I bought it because I actually just thought it looked pretty cool. I've got 3 of these, but they're different makes and stuff. I didn't know if there'd be any collector market for it. There really isn't. I paid 75p for this, and I sold it for £9.99. I sold this today. This is an Xbox One wireless controller, and it's in the box. This is actually mine. This was my spare controller, and if you've watched my previous video, you'll see that at this moment in time I'm actually trying to bring in a bit of cash flow for personal reasons. So I sold this for £25. That tends to be the kind of average that it sells for a box, 25-30 quid. Did have a bit of a sticker on it, but yeah, it's hardly been used, and I bundled in a generic third-party charge pack with it, and that sold within 20 minutes of me listing it, so that was pretty good. And this was so far my last sale of the day, but it's actually still only just gone half free, so this was about an hour ago. This was the black wired Microsoft Xbox One headset, and this one actually came with my machine, but I don't really play online, so I don't have any need to chat to anybody. No, that's a terrible picture. Should have checked that one. Never mind. Yeah, so I don't really have any need to use it, so I got £11 for that. This one was a auction, and it was just basically a nothing little castle, a little plastic clipped together castle that I got in a job lot, and I was actually quite surprised at how many people bidded, or how many bids there were. And it may not seem much, but I actually only paid £3 for an entire bag of toys, and I've already made like 15, 20 quid off that bag, and this was in the bag. And it went to a cake maker who is going to basically put this on top of a cake and make like a medieval knights kind of themed cake. So yeah, very weird. Next up we have this Kodak Brownie 127 camera with original strap. I purchased this thinking it may have been pretty good. It's a vintage camera, but there wasn't really much in the way of money to be had with it. Did have some like rust and stuff, but I got £6. I paid 50p for it, so yeah, it's not too bad. Transformers helmet. As you will know by watching my last video, there was unfortunately a refund on this, but this did go originally for £10 plus £2 shipping. Marvel Collector Cores Guardians of the Galaxy box. I paid £23 for this, and I sold it for 60, so that was pretty decent. This was actually really decent. I picked this up for £2.50 in a local charity shop, and it's Mind's Eye Theatre The Masquerade, and it's like a vampire dinner party kind of players kit. It was missing a few items. You normally get a necklace with an ankh there, and blood capsules, which were still there and unused, which is pretty cool. But yeah, you're supposed to get a necklace and also fangs, which were missing. But it's a massive, massive kit. I really didn't know if it was worth anything when I saw it, but it looked different. And yeah, I listed it for £20 or $19.99, and yeah, it sold. Incredible. Couldn't believe how much I got for something that I knew nothing about, really. I may have even undersold it, who knows, but yeah, so I was pretty pleased with that. This one was okay. I paid, I believe, £2 for this, and it's a Budweiser beer ferret Louis Lizard blue t-shirt, and yeah, that was quite nice. So it's got some age to it. The graphic was still in really good condition, and I got £12.99 for that. This one I paid £1, and at first I thought it was a character from The Simpsons. If you look at it, looks a lot like is it like Krang and stuff, but a different colour. But unfortunately, it's not from The Simpsons. It's just an Imaginext Tentaclaw is what it's called, and I got £8 for it, because it did have some like cosmetic wear and tear and stuff, so I couldn't really charge full price for that. And to be honest, it sells boxed for like 10 quid, so I was actually quite surprised I did get the price I got, really. This one is a 3D puzzle, and it's the US Capitol one. These were one of the ones that I decided not to send up to FBA. You don't get as much on eBay, but they do sell quite well on eBay if you price them right. And that did have some damage and stuff, you know, but that's why I was only charging $11.99 instead of something like $18, which they usually go for. I sold this for a tenner. I actually paid £5 for this, but it's a Jurassic Park Lost World film cell set, and if I'd thought about it, I probably would have put some light behind that so you could actually see the cells. But the fact that it was 2 of 100 limited edition, I had it listing for like 20 quid for ages. Just wasn't shifting. So yeah, $9.99. This was an interesting sale, not a terrific sale, but it's an Ilford Elmo 8mm camera, and it was quite a nice pack. It came with a case, and that's kind of like the flash that you obviously it's not wired, so you have to kind of plug it in and take the picture while you were a good distance away. And there was loads of little bits and pieces. There was like batteries and a brush and whatever that is. A little lens kind of I believe that keeps out like the sun. And yeah, it was nice enough. Yeah, but I can't remember how much I paid for it now, but I only got 15 for it plus shipping, and that went abroad to Italy. So the Game Boy, obviously, as you know by my last video, I unfortunately had to part refund her. I still made like 15 quid on the deal, but nowhere near what it would have been if I didn't have to refund. So this was a pretty decent one. I think I accepted an offer of £6. It doesn't say it there, but £6, and that was a Michelle Keegan 2015 calendar. There's still some good money to be made in old calendars, but they're not like great sellers, or regular sellers, I should say. But if you can see them cheap enough, it might be worth selling a few. Then it's not like it's going to take much space to store them. So, and the last two, I sold this cheaper than I wanted. I was going to aim for about 35 because that's what they sell for. But it did have some damage, as you can see there and there. And also, yeah, see, it's pretty big tears in the box. And he was happy. He left me good feedback saying, yep, exactly as described. Thanks very much. The actual pieces have never been used inside. So, but yeah, I sold it a lot cheaper than I wanted to. But at this point, I knew I needed to bring in some cash. So I was just selling stuff. Still a price that I was happy with. I only paid £3 for this. But just to sort of sell quick. And also these went for £42. They had previously sold for 77, but the guy basically messaged me saying the wrong size. Although his feedback said he put in the wrong price. So obviously he wanted to offer a lot less. But by the time he got back in contact with me, they'd already sold again. These tend to sell for about £45. So I got 42. I accepted 42. I was happy with that. That's fine. So yeah, they're all my sales on eBay because I've not sold anything on Amazon. Actually, yes, I have. I've sold one DVD on Amazon, and that was Merchant Fulfilled, and it was a DVD called China 9 Liberty 37, and I sold it for £10 Merchant Fulfilled. So yeah, that was my one sale on Amazon. But yeah, so thank you for watching. This one's a bit more upbeat than my last video, which I just want to thank everybody who's commented on that. Means a lot, you know. Nice to know that there are people out there who, you know, kind of want you to do well and keep telling you, keep your chin up, keep going. It's just been a shitty week, and you know, just move on. So, yeah, thanks to everybody, and thanks to the people that have messaged me on Facebook as well. So, yeah, cheers. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Cheers.